So there is a new anime this season called Ascendance of a Bookworm. It starts off a little differently than most shows. In a lot of shows they go into pretty much anything we need to know right away. Like, hey, I'm a high school student, I'm so-and-so years old, my name is so-and-so, I was transported to another world. We get like that shit. Here, we don't get much of our protagonist. We hear her name, and we don't see what she actually looks like. We get a silhouette, is how this story opens. We get a silhouette on, like, I actually kind of like the way they did it. It looks really pretty. They did, like, stained glass bookshelves is what it looks like, and then you see, like, a white silhouette of a female figure, and that's essentially our protagonist. It's the beginning scene. Kind of like you would open a storybook or something before actually going into it. So, basically the premise is there's this girl. I think her name is Asano or something. I already fucking forgot. They don't mention her name much and it becomes mine later on. Which already, I was like, ugh, because of fucking mine from Shield Hero. I think they spell it differently though. I think it's M-A-I-N, whereas in Shield Hero it was M-Y-N-E. But the story is there is a girl. She wakes up in like another body in another world. But there's no we don't know why. It wasn't like in Saga of Tanya, was it Saga of Tanya the Evil, where like he's born into another world after being resurrected. And he's resurrected as a kid, grows up, and she's like 9 or whatever as the story goes on. And then she wakes up, she's like 5 fucking years old in some random body. She doesn't know these people. She's just in a family. They call her mine. She knows that. But we don't know much about the character other than she loves books. And she wakes up in another world in a body, a very weak body that she can't really do much with. Clearly, there's something wrong with mine. It's, she has some kind of condition. We don't really know. It's just she's like weak and she gets sick easy and like she has to be carried around. And so she loves books. She wants she loves reading. Doesn't matter if it's a newspaper, it's a fucking pamphlet. She doesn't care. She just wants to read. She gets to this world, and of course she wants to read. She finds out that books do exist, but not everyone can read. And not everyone can read or write, and the books are extremely expensive, and mostly the nobility has access to them. There's no bookstore. There's no newsletter type of thing. There's like nothing for her to fucking read. So she decides, well, fuck it. If I can't find it, I'm just gonna make my own books. And she finds out later on in a couple episodes, there's like 3 out right now, and they come out every Wednesday on Crunchyroll, that she finds out that paper is also expensive. So she has to find ways to make pseudo paper. And as she's going along, she's kind of inventing things that are new in this world, but like they're lifestyle improvements. Like she makes like, was it shampoo to wash her hair? Then she's like I said, she's trying to make pseudo paper. She's kind of like inventing things along the way, but the big goal is she wants books. And since they're so hard to come by, she has to kind of make do. So this isn't like I'm an isekai, I'm going to save the world, yay, overpowered character for no fucking reason. No, it's like some random chick. She's like, I want books. There are no books. I'm gonna make books. And like, it's told from like a selfish perspective. Whereas in a lot of shows, we get protagonists that's always thinking about everyone else, and let's be the goody two-shoes character and do everything right, and let's help everyone for no fucking... no, she doesn't fucking tell them, by the way, this family. She's not like, hey, I'm not mine, I don't know what the fuck is going on. No, she doesn't tell them. I don't think it really occurs to her to tell them either. She's just like, I'm here now, where are the books? Like, that's literally the first thing is, where are the books? There are no books? Fuck. Like, it's just it's very selfish. It's more down to earth and small minded than like the we have to save the world and let's explore the cosmos like that. You know what I mean, right? Where like we have to go fucking galactic and save the planet. Person, you know, as the protagonist, and we're like we've seen you and your 100 of identical twins. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever said. 100 of identical twins. I really need to start adding counters eventually to these videos for how many stupid things I say, how many times I misspeak, how many times I laugh randomly for no fucking reason. I need a dumb counter is what I'm saying. Pretty sure I'd be in triple digits by the end of it though. You'd stop coughing if you'd stop moving around so much. So she moves on more. Yeah, but that's basically it. It's how can I get the books I love so much if I don't have access to them? All I have to do, I'll have to make my own. And her just kind of like inventing shit along the way to help herself really. Like they're actually pretty good. I do like the last episode, which is our episode 3. It was pretty good. Where she actually, we see just how talented she is. She knows how to do things. And we do get, like, she makes a basket. Like a really well done basket. And they're like, why do you know how to do this? And then we have, like, an inside of her head that she's like, oh, those fucking mommy craft things. Because I guess, like, her mom would take her around somewhere. Like, make her go to classes. Like, it's very brief, but just enough information just to make sense that she can just pull this out of her ass. Like, she actually went to a bunch of fucking courses. She was dragged along, and she just kind of learned it. All the knowledge she has, all the things she's invented is because she's, like she knows how to make shampoo because, like, her mom and her used to make shampoo. She knows how to make a basket because and crochet and shit because, like, her mom took her these, like, mommy crafting sessions. The stuff she learns in the book, like, she reads any type of book, doesn't matter what kind of book, from mathematics to religious, medical, history, does not matter. She loves all books. So, like, this is shit she's kind of like, this is shit she's actually learned, which makes sense, because, like, she actually fucking took classes, that's how she's learned how to do it. And there's those things where she's kind of doing it her own way from information she's gotten from books. Like, she doesn't know how to make pseudo paper, but she read in, like, a book of, like, well, maybe I could do it like the ancient Egyptians did. Oh, fuck, I can't do that. What about, like, Mesopotamia? The way they did it. Okay, fuck it. We'll have to go with, like, a clay, well, what was it, like, I want to say clay easel or something, not that. She's, like, using a fucking chalkboard. She's learning a language. But, like, she's kind of, there are new things there, but she's inventing things that are in her world. Like, she's just, it kind of reminds me a lot of two different anime, actually, where the art style reminds me a lot, especially, like, the large forehead and, the proportions feel off to me. Like, you know how Exocolic, everyone felt, like, 20 feet tall, and, like, that thin, like, they were literally fucking walking beanpoles. And then and this one's kind of like the offshoot. Everyone feels kind of, like, weirdly scrunched up and, like, just somehow not proportionate. Like, it feels very weird. But she, like, her blue hair, like, the fact she has a huge head, and, like, forehead, big eyes. Like, a lot of her forehead is showing, is what I mean. It reminds me of Petite Princess Yushi. I don't know if I'm the only person that's ever heard of that fucking anime, by the way. Or, it also kind of reminds me of the way she, like, kind of invents things. But not so much for other people, just because, for, like, the fuck of it. Like, there was an anime called, that I actually liked, that not really anyone else seems to like, was, In Another World with My Smartphone, which is also on Crunchyroll, by the way. Like, it kind of reminds me of, like, those two, for, like, the art stuff and being Yushi, and, like, her just kind of, like, randomly inventing shit from the knowledge she has, like they did in Another World with Another World with My Smartphone. So it feels kind of like a combination of those two. So I don't know, I'm enjoying it, I like it. And And I like the way they're telling her story. Like, it's not just like, I'm a normal teenager. Like, we randomly have them talking about themselves. Even though technically we're supposed to be from their perspective. They tell it in like a third person kind of way. Well, here they open up in the scene and we see her talking to this guy. And he's like, here, I'm going to use this magic eye and I'm going to appear inside your head. And that's how we kind of, I guess he's kind of like looking at her memories. Maybe like talking to each other. I don't know. Like, they kind of like open... Like, you know how some animes will have, like, the big climactic fight scene or whatever, and then it will go to, like, it all started, and you're just like, fuck you, why did you do that? You ruined everything. And we find out why. It's because the story is actually so fucking boring that if they didn't, you would never watch past the first 5 minutes. So they have to show you the ending, so you're like, how the hell did that happen? And the ending's usually not any more interesting. It's like just a bunch of fire fights with lasers and swords and shit, and not even good choreography. Just it's like very bleh. We've all seen it before. No, but yeah, I kind of like the way they did it, where it's not just like her like randomly talking to herself for no reason. Like, why are you writing an autobiography in your head as you're speaking? What? Like, can we actually do that? Like an anime where they actually are writing an autobiography that would make fucking sense as to why they're saying, hey, I was a high school student, this is my name, this is my age, then like randomly doing it in every episode for some reason. That's another pet peeve I have, them doing that, especially if they repeat it from every fucking episode. Anyway, but I'm liking it. I like the show. The opening is not a poppy song, but it's kind of in the light of that, where it's kind of catchy, but not really. And I do like the ending, though. The ending is pretty. But I do like our somewhat selfish main character. And I guess it's nice. I'm missing the bit. I guess what I'm trying to say is it's just nice to not always have to have goody twos, must save the world character in every fucking anime. It's nice to see a character that's just purely doing shit for their own selfish reasons. And so that's kind of what this is. It's just her like going about it. What? What? Do you need lovin'? Do you want lovin' or want a belly rub? Belly rub. Belly rub. Wait. Oh. I'm good? No? Okay. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. It's on Crunchyroll. There are 3 episodes out right now. Ascendance of Bookworm. And I like it. I'm enjoying it. I want more. I can't wait for another episode to come out of my head blanked there. Of God damn it. I'm stuck in my head when it's... I was reading the comments of a clip of the I was just about to tell you about the Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun. But that's not what the name is to me anymore. It's because I was reading the comments of like a clip of like there was a clip from the show. Someone posted it, and of course I was looking at the comments, and someone called it Boku no Demon Academia, and also called Iruma Blue Deku. So no, I cannot unsee that. It's like fuck, it is Deku. And I'm pretty sure it might be the same voice actor actually. I don't know, I'd have to look it up. But he's got like that very shy, like overly cowardice kind of character for like when we first find Deku. I don't know, but we gotta probably wait until tomorrow to do a first impression of that one. But I stop talking, she's silent. I start talking, she starts again. Anyway, I would try it. It does kind of have, like I said, portions are a little bit odd. It feels like everyone's kind of like shorter, stumpier, like they're just more than they should. I don't know. But it's got kind of a cutesy, big-eyed art style. Where it's not chibi art style, but like, I don't know what you would call it. I kind of still think of it as like a chibi art style, even though it's not really. Like, you have the chibi-ish, and then you have, like, the extreme chibi-ish, where, like, they're literally like, yeah, little Nindroid characters. No. I don't know. That's what I think about it. Anyway, watch it. It's pretty good so far. I'm getting my hopes up a little bit. Not so much getting my hopes up as I'm just enjoying it. But, yeah.